about a week away from Election Day, and while much of the focus has been on the national races, the balance of power at North Carolina's General Assembly is up for grabs.
It is, and there is a lot at stake for both parties. Some races may be so narrow, we may not know who controls either the state House or the Senate for days. The North Carolina governor has very little power compared to the rest of the country. By some metrics, the office is the 46th most powerful, and we were the last state in the country to give the governor veto power.
And then obviously the balance of power makes him even less powerful. So in terms of, really any kind of policy making, the governor of North Carolina needs to have the General Assembly on his side, or at the very least not running against him. During
Roy Cooper's first 2 years in office, he vetoed more than 24 bills, but the Republican-controlled House and Senate managed to override at least 20 of those. Then, in 2018, Democrats managed to break the supermajority in both chambers, making it much more difficult to override a veto. Now Democrats hope to gain the majority, allowing them to side with Roy Cooper if he wins or challenge Dan Forest if he wins. Republicans would like to have control in the legislature and the governor's office.
I think Democrats are wanting not only to be able to sustain Roy Cooper's vetoes, they would like a hand, at least in one chamber, in drawing the maps that will determine the future of North Carolina for the next decade.
And you may be familiar with the nonstop court fights over the last gerrymandered maps. Democrats would have to gain 5 seats to win the state Senate, and they would have to win 6 seats to win the House.
There is, I think, an outside chance that the Democrats could perhaps take one or both houses. The new lines are a little bit more favorable to the Democratic Party, and some of these toss-up races are the exact kinds of races that might be able to flip under the right circumstances.
Toss-ups that could mean a long few days.
Some are going to be very close. I mean, we're talking about maybe under 1,000 votes or under 500 votes. And we may even see recounts, mandatory recounts or called recounts. And so I think both the Democrats and Republicans are going to be on the edge of their seats for a few days after Election Day.
Yeah, both parties on the edge of their seats. And Angela, just like we hear, it could all come down to one seat with the U.S. Senate race. Looking at the same thing with the North Carolina Senate race.